So we had a really interesting panel discussion on mergers and innovation issues, where we had representatives from the CMA, the European Commission, and also from an economist firm. And innovation issues are becoming increasingly prominent in merger reviews, and there have been a number of recent examples of that, whether it's Meta Giphy, Microsoft Activision, or Illumina Grail. There have been a number of areas where innovation issues have played quite an important part in the outcome of those merger decisions. And importantly and interestingly, there have also been regulatory divergences in the outcomes. Some of the topics that we discussed during the panel session included thinking about how to address the inherent uncertainty that goes with looking at innovation issues, particularly when you are speculating about forward-looking concerns and whether certain companies may or may not innovate. And in those sorts of situations, how do you give businesses more predictability, whether it's through guidance or the analytical framework around how innovation issues should be considered? Linked to that, we had a very interesting discussion about what the relevant sources of evidence are. And it was very clear that authorities do place significant weight on internal documents, and that is a very key focus area when looking at these concerns, particularly in comparison to other types of evidence, such as economic evidence, which may be relevant for static concerns. That itself does raise a number of issues, and I think there was an acknowledgement that there needs to be a symmetrical approach which is taken when assessing how the merging parties are innovating, but also how third parties, potential rivals, potential entrants are innovating. And in circumstances where internal documents will play a key role, then perhaps a symmetrical role is needed in making sure that internal documents of third parties are also assessed to the same degree. And then finally, we touched on what impact innovation issues can have when thinking about remedies. That has obviously been a very hot topic in the Microsoft Activision case, where there's been a diverging approach between the CMA and the European Commission around whether behavioural remedies are appropriate, particularly in dynamic, fast-moving, innovative industries. I think it was very interesting to hear the perspectives of our panellists, and in particular the focus which, for example, the European Commission had placed on looking at market testing when coming to its decision, and how that played a role when thinking about whether that type of remedy was suitable, even in a case where there are innovation considerations.